Hey VC, it's Trevor back with another Flat Round and Spun, here to do a thread response for my good friend MGK Boston. Mike, we all know him, we all love him. Boston guy, Patriots fan. He's probably kind of like me, probably wasn't a Patriots fan in his home area in Ontario, Canada, whereas I'm from Detroit and I'm a Seahawks fan. When I moved here, I wasn't even a sports fan. And truth be told, when you're new to an area and you're a delivery driver, two things that you can talk to with your customers is weather and football. And growing up with the Lions, it was easy to become a Seahawks fan. Now, I know some of you are saying, but Trev, they're doing really good this year. The Lions, why don't you just go back being a Lions fan? I have talked so much smack about the Lions over the years that I can't go back at this point. There's no point in doing that. So, anyway, the thread that Mike started off was just simply, with our records, spell football. So, to help me out here, this is what we do when we watch football. Gotta crack a cold one. Take a few swigs. And let's spell football. First, legendary band that just put out a new record this past week. I listened to it once. So far not impressed, but I'll give it a few more listens. The band is Fear. And this is their second album, More Beer. And yes, I will. Thanks for asking. Plus, it's a good excuse to have beer at 10 in the morning. So, Fear, legendary punk band from LA, got some national notoriety for being on Saturday Night Live in '82 when John Belushi was hosting and he requested them. And they actually got kicked out of the building after their performance. And you can find that on YouTube. It's legendary. And two of the people that were on the floor that you see around the stage, I actually kind of sort of know. Fun fact. Anyway, next is from the area, my good friend Marsha down there in Florida. I'm sure she's a huge fan of this band. This is Obituary. Classic Florida death metal. This is their latest album, Dying of Everything. This is actually a really, really good death metal record. I love this one. Played it many, many times. Just wish I got to see him this year, but didn't happen. Got the orange variant. Very cool. So check out Obituary, the latest. Next, from around 2001, 2002. Let's see, 2001. Started off as a black metal band and then became like a progressive metal band. Now they're just a progressive band. That is Opeth. But this is Blackwater Park. This is the first collaboration of Opeth and producer and performer extraordinaire Steven Wilson. This is a really good record. And I got it really cheap. I think I got this for like $15 on Pop Market, and they had a huge sale. Loved it. Now for T, this has probably been played in many, many football stadiums. And you know it. You love it. This came out when I was like 13, 14 years old. 1984. Stay Hungry. Twisted Sister. We all know We're Not Gonna Take It. I Wanna Rock. To a lesser degree, The Price, and actually all the other songs that are not hits on here are bloody awesome, especially the title track. Love the title track. I want to say that this is like a 25th anniversary one I got. Found it used for like $10, and it's got like the bubblegum pink vinyl. But yeah, classic hard rock heavy metal album. Next, not a hard rock heavy metal album, but from my hometown of Detroit, this is a band called Blue Flowers. This is Circus on Fire. If you're into like 90s David Lynch films, this would be perfect for one of those films. Kind of like the Chris Isaac Wicked Games guitar sound in there, with a lot of vibrato in the chords, female vocals, wonderful. Blue Flowers out of Detroit. Check them out. More Detroit. Man, I got a lot of Detroit in this. For A, one of my buddies, Rob, the drummer for Against the Grain. This is their second to last record, Road Warriors, and at the time they were Road Warriors. These guys were always hitting the road. I believe on this tour they might have been with Guar. I don't know. But yeah, great, just beer guzzling rock and roll, highly influenced by Motorhead. Against the Grain, check them out. Another Detroit Legends after Negative Approach. John Brandon formed Laughing Hyenas. This has more of a Stooges sound to it. Very abrasive vocals. And it is just coolness all around. This is a reissue from a few years ago. Third Man Records to keep the Detroit lineage going on. But yeah, this is a great, I don't want to say alternative rock and roll because that gives it off a weird vibe, but alternative to rock and roll, just really good stuff. Laughing Hyenas. And lastly, from the New York hardcore scene, these guys were a bit of jokers, but they were a fun band at the time. They later became a band called Scatterbrain, but this was previous to them. This is Ludachrist, Power Trip. Like I said, they're from the hardcore scene, but it's kind of like a bit more melody to it, a lot more metallic crunch to it, and a lot of humor injected in this. You might recognize possibly not so much the artwork, but the artist, Robert Williams, who famously did the Appetite for Destruction artwork that got banned. So there's that. That is football. So my Seahawks will be playing. Yeah, I need more beer, don't I? They'll be playing the Baltimore Ravens, and we'll see how they do beak to beak. And let's hope for a Seahawks victory. So, and then later tonight, you'll see me with, of course, Steve, Marsha, and Chris from Stylus Meets Vinyl. Please come join us in the chat, and we will have a good time. Maybe I'll have a few more beers then too. All right, we'll talk to you guys. See ya!